Okay, welcome to your practice. Let's start in a reclined posture on your back. So just come to your space, boot your kitty if necessary. And as you come onto your back, bring your knees in toward your chest and just do some side to side rocking. Often we start in a seated posture and we do some sort of rocking and moving around to find that center place. And here it can be similar in that you're massaging out a little bit, the low back, the outer hips, but then also trying to find that center place, noticing when the weight is even in the sacrum, that broad bone across the low back side to side, and then even sort of moving the knees away from the chest and toward the chest a little bit, a couple times back and forth, and seeing if you can find that place where there's just a little space underneath the lumbar spine, but you don't feel overly arched. And then draw the belly in to sort of support that curve so that you can stay there. And you can hold on to the knees or you can release the arms alongside. Cactus arms can also be really nice here, opening for the shoulders. Just start to draw some circles on the ceiling with your knees and remembering that sort of center neutral point. See if you can always sort of land back there. So your circles are moving away from that center point. So yes, your spine will arch a little more, but you're using your belly to support that, nice and slow and steady. And then go ahead and just reverse direction. It's just a nice way to sort of loosen up the low back and also massage the glutes, which are often tight when we sit and very much connected to how the low back feels, how the hips feel. Okay, one more time around there, and then come back to center and just wrap your arms around your knees and hug in. And then see if you can sort of reposition the pelvis just a little bit closer to that neutral point where you've got a little bit of space underneath the lumbar spine. And just feel that you're giving yourself a big hug. Close your eyes here. Take a couple breaths in through the nose, out through pursed lips as if through a straw. And then sometime soon, gently release the arms from around the knees. Bring the bottoms of the feet to the floor, but then heel toe the feet so that their hips distance width apart or maybe even wider. And then just let the knees rest in on each other and bring the hands to the body. You can put both hands sort of down on the belly or one hand a little higher. That's what I like to do. One hand sort of more on the solar plexus and one closer to the navel. And just start to let yourself settle. Feel your breathing slow down, feel the heart rate slow down. And see if you can use exhalations here to release any gripping, tensing, holding, clenching in the body, knowing that it may be a familiar sensation. So you might not realize that you're sort of holding the shoulders up off the ground a bit or clenching the glutes or curling the toes. or tensing the jaw or the muscles around the eyes. So use just another couple of exhalations to feel the body soften all over. I sometimes visualize ice melting. So the body becomes a little more spread out, softer and warmer. Good. Nice job. So gently bring the knees apart, but keep the feet fairly wide here. Bring the arms out to the sides. Again, cactus is just fine if that feels good in your shoulders. And then just start to windshield wiper the lower half of the legs. And with the feet wide, what happens is one knee comes to the opposite sort of arch side of the foot rather than the legs being stacked. So this gets a little deeper. We just sort of worked with the glutes. Now we're working a little deeper in the body, actually significantly deeper in the body in the psoas. And the top knee that's close to the arch of the opposite foot really can reach away. So sort of press down into that foot and reach the knee away from the pelvis. This helps to just create some space deep in the waist and the hips and the hip flexor. And just coordinate this with your breath in whatever way feels good, without straining, without over efforting. You might notice that one side is a little more challenging than the other. And so the next time you go to that side, if you have found one, just pause there and take another round or two of those straw exhalations, pursing your lips, blowing your breath out, and using that deep exhalation to see if you can do just what we did before to release any gripping, tensing, holding, clenching. It may not be obvious that you're doing it, so just try to let the body soften. Okay, come back through center and just do one more round on either side. And then once the knees are facing the ceiling, again, take your time and just cross one ankle over the opposite knee, flex that foot so you're making sort of a 4 shape, and then hug the knee into the chest. Now here, it's important, and why we did it to start, pay attention that there's a little bit of space underneath the lumbar spine. If the lumbar spine sort of flattens out to the floor here, then you're really just straining your low back rather than actually stretching in the hips in the way that is really beneficial. So keep the tailbone down a bit. Use your belly to support your spine so that you can really isolate the pelvis, the hips. Good, nice job. And take your time, switch, no rush. Just be sure that the top foot is flexed. This helps to just keep the knee square. You might notice the side is different. Just be sure to keep that little bit of space under the low back. So the tailbone is down just a bit, which may mean that the legs don't come in as close to the chest. That's fine. Integrity in these shapes can be very important. Good, nice job. Take your time releasing that, and give your knees one more big hug. And then just drop both legs to one side. Let them stack. And in fact, notice that the top knee will be further away. The top knee will sort of come back closer. See what you can do. It may not actually stack, but see what you can do to reach that top knee over to match the bottom knee. And it may be that the side that the legs are on, you can move that shoulder out from underneath of you just a little bit, get a little bit of a deeper twist. I like to sometimes use the hand on top of the knee and just start to roll open as much as you can. And let's do some dynamic work with the neck here. Turn and look in the direction of the knees, and then turn and look away. And just do that twice more, nice and slow, rolling the head so that you're facing the same side that the knees are on, and then the other direction. One more time. Good work. Bring the head back to neutral, so looking straight up, and then hug the top knee in first, and then the bottom knee. And just use some side to side rocking to come back to that center neutral position. Again, remembering that that means that there's a little bit of space under the low back, and then just take the knees to the opposite side. So first things first, see about reaching that top knee to meet the bottom one or in that direction. And then the shoulder that's on the same side as the legs can scoot out from underneath of you just a little. And then you can extend the opposite arm and reach and open. The side may be different, just work where you are here. And then let's do some dynamic movement with the head. Turn and look the same direction as the legs, and then opposite. And try to avoid picking your head up here. Just be gentle. And just find some range of motion in the neck. Nice job. Okay, next time the head is neutral, so looking straight up, pause, bring the top knee in first, and then the bottom knee, a little side to side rocking to square yourself back up. And then we're just gonna do one more thing here on our backs. Place your feet down, and to the best of your ability, get your feet and ankles right underneath of your knees. So really your ankles right underneath of your knees so that your shins are vertical. Reach the arms down. And as you do, just roll the shoulder blades underneath. And then we've been talking about the little curve under the lumbar spine. I want you to check in here and make sure that that same similar curve is underneath of the cervical spine, so under the neck. Make sure not to flatten the neck out toward the floor, and then just press the head into the mat just a little bit to keep that stable. And then sometime soon, when you're ready, use an inhalation to lift the hips up, reach the tailbone toward the backs of the knees, and then lower down. We're just going to do that like 3 more times like that. Lift up and lower. Lift up, squeeze, open up, and lower down. So you can keep going with just the hips, or if you'd like, you can add the arms. As you inhale the pelvis up, reach the arms up overhead. And as you exhale, lower down. And let's take it 4 or 5 more times. Inhale up. And exhale down. Just notice your feet. Are you getting the whole of each foot down? There's a tendency to sort of come up on the heels, but really press out on the ball of the foot as well. And not only the whole ball of the foot, but notice the side to side distribution of weight. Are you rolling out to the outer edges or rolling in to the inner edges? Nice job. All right, last time, lift up and lower down. So good. And come back to that constructive rest for just a moment. Heel toeing the feet out just a little bit wider than the hips, letting the knees rest on each other. Bring the hands to the belly or chest or one of each or whatever feels best. And just let yourself slow down. So we're going to stay just like this for our breath work. And then we'll move into position for our yoga nidra. Take just another 30 seconds or so to settle. For our breath work today, I'm going to mention parts of the torso, and it's going to be very specific. And I want you to just imagine that your breath is moving from point to point. Okay, so we'll take 2 or maybe 3 breaths from each point from sort of like in each direction. So start for now just in the base of the torso and the perineum, and just really narrow the spotlight of your attention to that place. And then sometime soon, start to imagine your inhalations traveling from the perineum up to the right shoulder. And just sort of feel as if the breath is moving from the perineum up through the center of the torso to the right shoulder. Just use your imagination. And now imagine that your breath is moving from the right shoulder around the back of the body to the left lung. So just feel that. Again, use your imagination to just feel the inhalations sort of expand from the right shoulder around the back into the left lung. Okay, let your imagination visualize your breath going from the left lung up to the left shoulder. All right, now allow your breath to move from the left shoulder to the very center of the torso, the solar plexus. Just feel that part of the body filling with each in-breath. Now visualize the breath moving from the solar plexus down to the right hip. Again, just using your imagination to feel the breath, direct the breath into these parts. Okay, now we're going to go from the right hip around the back. Oops, nope. Actually, we're going straight up this time into the right lung. I jumped ahead. So from the right hip straight up into the right lung. Just feel the breath expand in that direction. Okay, now we're going from the right lung around the back of the body again to the left hip. Just really feel that space being filled in with the breath. Good. Last journey of the breath here from the left hip up through the crown of the head. So good. And just take a minute to observe the effects of that unique breathing practice. And then very slowly and mindfully begin to make your way into the position that you'll use for Yoga Nidra, into your reclined supported posture. You'll want something under your knees. You'll want something under your neck. You want to be super comfortable and warm. And I also highly recommend covering your eyes. So good. As you're settling, and do take your time. And as always, just really insist on your own deep comfort. And as you're getting there, I'd just like to share that the theme of today's practice is setting your intention and your heartfelt desire. This practice, these tools in this practice affirm your purpose for this particular practice, as well as your heart's deepest longing or purpose that you wish to actualize and express in this life. Affirming your attention may be as simple as to remain alert and awake throughout this practice, or to find relief from pain or understanding a physical or emotional issue. Understanding what your intention should be may be as simple as, how would I like to feel during and at the end of this practice? Your intention sets the tone and supports you to stay with this practice, helps you let go of distracting thoughts and develop supportive habits. As we always do, we affirm our intention at the beginning and end of this practice. And this is a very useful tool to use in your daily life. How would you like to feel? And really stating that as what you're working towards, what you're cultivating. Your heartfelt desire is a little bit bigger than just this practice. It may be helpful to ask yourself, what is it that I most want in this lifetime? What is it that motivates me into the world? It's likely that even indirectly, your intention will help you actualize your deepest heartfelt desire, which may be something like health, healing, love, acceptance, to be compassionate, kind, and loving. Your heartfelt desire is what your intention for today's practice will nourish. They're always connected, even if we can't draw a straight line between them. It's always important to phrase your intentions and your heartfelt desires in the present tense as an already true reality. Really allow these things to evoke an emotional feeling in your body for the truth that it is conveying. So if you haven't already, just really settle into your most comfortable position. And just simply rest and follow my guidance, allowing my voice to become your voice. During this practice, welcome every experience as a messenger that's inviting you to explore sensations, emotions, and thoughts without trying to change, fix, manage, or make anything happen. As you're welcome, whatever's arising, your body and mind are learning to remain at ease and discover the feeling within that's always at peace and at ease, experiencing yourself to be the unchanging well being, a witnessing presence that welcomes everything. So start by just bringing your attention to your senses. Notice the taste in your mouth, sound around you, any smells that are present, any images or colors behind your eyelids in this moment, and the touch of the clothes you're wearing, perhaps the blanket, the air on your skin. Just experience your senses as open and alive. And so just bring to mind now your intention for your practice. How would you like to feel and as a during and as a result of your practice right now? Just let it be simple, and just affirming it with that feeling in your entire body and mind. And now allow your heart's deepest desire to arise within. Now, listen, we can make this something that we feel intimidated by. We can make it complicated. We can make it feel too big or too hard to know, to commit to. But I just want to encourage you right now to just let something that you want more than anything else in life come to mind, whatever it is. It's not a lifelong commitment in this moment. It may be a desire for yourself, for another, for the world around you. Whatever it is, just allow it to rise up naturally. Whatever it is, just welcome and affirm your heartfelt desire in the present tense as if it's true right now. I am, whatever it is. Just repeat it. Good. Okay. Release that for now. Use your imagination to allow an inner resource to emerge. This is a special place where you feel secure and at ease. Perhaps a room or a place in nature, an image of a favorite symbol, or the feeling of deep peace. Whatever it is, just really go there. Imagine it using all of your senses. Really sensing feelings of security, ease, and well being. Experiencing feelings of security within you that are always available. Just take a moment to notice in your body where you feel warm and relaxed. And just know that you can return to this secure place, this safe haven within you, this deep well of well-being at any time during your practice or during your daily life, whenever you need to feel secure, calm, and at ease. So now just let the sound of my voice guide and support you in experiencing sensations throughout your body. As I name each area, you may feel sensations that are present or nothing in particular. Whatever you experience is exactly right, perfect, just as it is in this moment. Start, as always, with the mouth. Bring your attention to sensations of the whole mouth. And then notice the lips and teeth and gums. Feel the roof of the mouth and the inside cheeks. Become aware of the tongue now. And feel the tongue all the way back in the throat. Allow your awareness to move to the hinges of the jaw now. And become aware of the ears, the outer wrinkles and folds. Move your attention into the inner ears. And feel the sensations of your ears receiving sound. Shift your awareness to the forehead now. Notice the eyebrows and the space between the eyebrows. Feel the eyes as a whole. Notice the eyelids and the surfaces of the eyes and the backs of the eyes. Feel the nose. The left nostril and the right nostril. And become aware of that subtle touch of the breath moving in and out of the nostrils. And allow your awareness to expand to feel the whole face. Expand your awareness a little bit more and feel the whole head now. Shift your attention down to the neck. Feel the back of the neck and the sides of the neck and the throat once more. Notice the shoulder girdle. Feel the collarbones and the shoulder blades and the armpits. Feel where the arms insert into the torso. Feel down the upper half of the arms to the elbows. Feel down the lower half of the arms to the wrists. Notice the backs of the hands, the thumbs, index fingers, middle fingers, ring fingers, pinky fingers. Feel the palms of the hands now. Become aware of the sensations of both hands simultaneously. And now feel both hands and both arms at the same time. Shift your attention to the upper back now. And feel the back ribs. Feel the low back. The sacrum, that broad bone across the low back. And the buttocks. Become aware of the upper legs as they insert into the torso. Feel the hip sockets. Notice the upper legs down to the knees. And feel the lower half of the legs down to the ankles. Become aware of the tops of the feet, the big toes, second toes, third toes, fourth toes, and the little toes. Feel the soles of the feet now. And become aware of the sensations of both feet as a whole. Now notice both feet and both legs simultaneously. Narrow the spotlight of your awareness onto the genitals. Notice the low belly. And feel the front ribs, the sternum, the bone in the middle of the chest, and become aware of the chest. Narrow the spotlight of your awareness onto the heart center, right in the middle of the chest. And from that place, expand your awareness out in all directions to feel the whole body, really sensing the whole body. Feeling the whole body as a field of radiant sensation. Just becoming aware of all that's now present in your awareness. Really feeling yourself as the one who is aware of everything that's present. First, sense what's present in your experience. And then recognize yourself as the field of awareness in which these sensations are coming and going. Become aware of the body breathing The flow of the breath as sensation in the nostrils, the chest, expanding and softening, the abdomen gently rising and falling as breath flows in and out. And just really feel the whole body breathing. Feel the whole body expanding with each in breath and the whole body softening, releasing with each out breath. And just begin counting each breath silently backwards from 7 to 1 in the following manner. Inhale, 7. Exhale, 7. Inhale, 6. Exhale, 6. Keep going. If you lose count, begin again at 7. Breathing and counting and just being with everything just as it is. Now let go of counting with no need to reach one. Just really be aware of the flow of sensation throughout the body, the mouth and face, and scalp and neck and throat, and shoulders and arms and hands, and torso, and pelvis, legs and feet. Awake and alert, the body a field of radiant sensation. Just let yourself be aware for a moment of all that's present in your awareness. Sense what's present. Notice the whole of the experience. And then experience yourself dissolving into that field of awareness in which everything is arising. So remember that anytime you experience the need to feel secure and at ease, you can return to your inner resource at any moment. Bring your attention now to feelings that are present throughout the body. This may be warmth or coolness, heaviness or lightness, comfort or discomfort. Let's take a moment here to really notice what's present. There's no need to necessarily describe the feelings to yourself. Rather, allow whatever feelings are present to just blossom into your body. And if no feelings are present, as may happen, simply welcome whatever is present. Good. Now bring attention to an emotion that's present in your body or one that you're working with in your life. It may be helpful to recall a memory that invites a particular emotion into your body. Welcome the emotion as sensation into your body, inviting it to unfold fully. And just let yourself be there with it. If no emotion is present, there's no need to make anything happen. Simply welcome whatever is present. If there is an emotion present, welcome it and observe where you feel it in your body. Allow it to blossom fully while welcoming thoughts, images, or memories that co arise. Allow yourself to just observe the experience. Take a moment now to allow an opposite emotion to emerge. Perhaps recalling a memory that invites this opposite emotion into the body. And once more, just really notice how you experience it in your body. There's no need to think or make anything happen. Just trust that whatever comes forth in this moment is purposeful, is meant to be felt. Good. And just take a moment to be aware of all that's now present in your awareness. Really feel yourself as the one who's aware of everything that's now present. The field of awareness in which everything arises. So, welcome a thought or a belief that you sometimes fall into or take to be true about yourself now. If no belief is arising, simply be with whatever's present. And if there is a belief present, as you hold this belief about yourself to be true, where and how do you feel it in your body? Just observe, sensing how this belief affects the entire body. Just allowing yourself to notice. Noticing any images, emotions, or thoughts that co arise with this belief without trying to change anything. Just allowing yourself to be the observer, the witness. Good. Let's take a moment to be aware of all that's present in your experience in this moment. And then really feel yourself as the one who's aware of everything that's underneath the actual experience. Just the field of awareness. Now allow sensations of pleasure, happiness, joy, or well being, or something similar that resonates with you to arise throughout your body. You might recall a particular event from your life that invites feelings of pleasure, joy, or well being into your body right now. Welcoming whatever emerges just as it is. And perhaps experiencing these sensations as an inner smile that radiates from your heart, the heart smiling. And this smile of sensation expanding throughout your entire body, flowing out into your torso, arms, and hands, down to the pelvis, legs, and feet, flowing up into the head and face, mouth, lips, and eyes smiling. The entire body smiling, radiant and alive with the feeling of joy, happiness, pleasure, well being, or a sense of just being okay, just as you are in this moment. Notice what's present in your awareness. Feel yourself as the one who's aware of everything that's now present. Sense what's present, and then experience yourself as the field of awareness in which everything is arising. And just be there for a moment, that pure awareness itself, that simple well being, open and spacious. Being awareness. Reflecting upon all that has been or is now present. Sensations, emotions, belief, joy, well being. The experience of being pure awareness. Everything just as it is, yourself just as you are. And just come back for a moment now to your intention with this practice. And just allow it to expand within you in this moment. And just allow yourself to take a couple of long, slow breaths. And as you come back to the body through the breath, you can begin to move slowly the toes, the fingers, maybe roll the head a bit side to side. And as always, if you'd like to stay reclined for the close of our time together, you're absolutely welcome to do so. If you'd like to roll to one side of the body and curl up, please feel free. If you're going to stay there, I do recommend that you support your head. And then, of course, you can slowly, mindfully press yourself up to a seated posture. Feel free to keep your eyes closed. Stay in that place of pure awareness of your experience. Noticing the effects of your practice, the softness of the body, gentleness of the breath. The calmness of the mind. If you'd like, you can bring your hands together or your hands to your heart. As always, we'll make an offering of loving kindness. I'll make a few statements of loving kindness that I'm offering to you. And I want to encourage you to repeat each of these statements to yourself and change the word you to I so that you're offering yourself loving kindness as well. May you be safe and healthy. May you have a calm, clear mind. May you have an open, loving heart. May you be at peace. May all beings be at peace. That is very good work.